Hey guys, today we're going to talk about when you're scatterbrain. I recorded notes for this episode on a drive on Friday morning when I hadn't slept well, and here it is Sunday that I still haven't gotten a good night of sleep, which is also why I have not posted another podcast up until right now. I've just been really tired, but still, we have to get up, most of us, and hit the day. And a lot of us have to do it tired or even sick. Sometimes we just have to get up and do it. Especially moms, in that I am mother of a wee boy of 7 and a 15-year-old fantastically amazing daughter. Love my kids. Couldn't ask for a better set. But so you have to get up, and you have this fire under you that you need to do. We love to do. The ADHD brain it's very ambitious, in my experience, very ambitious. There's a lot I want to do. So even if I'm tired, my body's tired, my brain's tired, it's still cranking out all of these things that I want to do, that I want to get done, and even causes quite a bit of anxiety when I think about it, and if I am not mindful of what's going on in my mind and body. So you need to get up and do, but you haven't slept and you're just slow. It's okay. It happens to the best of us. It isn't realistic to expect every day to be the very best, most high energy, high focus, high productivity day, because shit happens. Like insomnia for me, or stressful periods of life that drain you and make you work overtime, so to speak. So let's say, like me on Friday, when I was just you don't know what to do first. Everything is blending as far as thoughts. You can't get the thoughts in your head to stay still long enough for you to give them a ranking number of priority. They're just everywhere. And some days it's just really hard to get your thoughts organized so you can make sense of them. Anyway, especially problematic when sleep deprived. When your mind is tired, your focus sucks, and that's for anyone. Now, for some of us, ADHD is part of our life. So on top of this already function inhibited / sleep deprived brain, we have quite a distractible circus of loose monkeys that we are now forced to just do the best we can with. It is what it is. And when we accept this, we can move from there. So on these days, I will make a point to stop and notice this. Notice myself noticing this, and say aloud what I notice. I am noticing I am underslept and very tired. Today is just going to be one of those days, and that's okay. I'm going to do the best I can and not kick my ass that I'm not on my A game today. So me, for example, I notice my brain is tired and is, quote, being very ADHD, unquote. And the same idea applies for if I were to wake up in a bipolar funk or a shitty mood. It is important for me to take a deep breath, acknowledge it's gonna be one of those days. Be mindful about it. When you're mindful about the way your mind is functioning in that moment, it can't wreak so much subconscious havoc, influencing your every thought, because you've noticed it and you've brought it to your consciousness. That is what's going on right now. And it's like magic. Best magic trick I ever learned to date. Okay, so where are we at? Now, once you've noticed and accepted that today may pose more challenge than usual for you, you're going to want to make a list. I operate from lists anyway, and what kind of list I make is going to be depending on my level of mental fog and lack of general focus that I'm experiencing that day or even that moment. So lists are very general to the point on good focus days, quote unquote good focus days. The list can be general. But on days that the mental monkeys are totally running wild and you don't know which one to chase down and catch first, we have the very detailed list for this state of mind. Because all those little detail tasks, like between major tasks, are where we can get lost and go off track of our intentions for the day. By that I mean between working out and going to the store, there's a million different opportunities for me to get distracted, lost, and forget what the hell that I'm doing. So we do these little bullet detail tasks between the major tasks. So a general list may look like 1, workout, 2, go to the bank, 3, go to the grocery store, 4, do laundry. Okay, that's on a good day, no problem. On a wild monkey day that you've not slept and you are a distractible, a detailed, quote unquote, fail-proof list, so we don't get lost in that gap or the gray areas between the major tasks that I had mentioned. It would look more like 1, wake up, wash face, get on workout clothes, then you work out, okay? 2, feed animals, make lists, get dressed for town, go to the bank, with your list, of course. So you've already sat down and written down what transactions you were going to make at the bank, as well as written your list for the grocery store, all pre-written. And on the list is also, don't forget your errands and shopping lists. God damn it. Very important. I can't tell you how many times I've forgotten my damn list that I took so much time making and organizing only to take off without my notebook. So I recommend you analog your lists. You write them, physically write them. You're more likely to remember what you wrote when you make physical lists with a pen or pencil and paper. And then from there, you can digitize it. So right away, take a picture of your list with your phone. Now you have 2 copies of the list. Most of us can easily walk out without a notebook. But a lot of us are really good at not forgetting our phones. In fact, we're a bit obsessed with our phones, so our phones are with us all the time. So your list is in your phone now. You're welcome. So that's a helpful idea I recommend for everyone. So now you're at the bank and you have your list for all the transactions that you needed to do there, so you didn't forget by the time you got to the bank. Why am I at the bank? What was I supposed to transfer? Blah, 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 blah. No, you have it written all down. And then you go to the grocery store with your grocery list in hand and don't deviate from that list, especially today. Stay on track. Look at the list and get the stuff and get the hell out of there. So what's after the grocery store? Well, on a good focus day, you will see next on your list, do laundry. Not a problem. I'm going to go home and do laundry. But on a poor focus day, we're going to have those in between detail tasks again. So after the grocery store, drive home, check. Bring groceries in, check. Put groceries away, check. Store empty grocery bags away, check. Now you can go do laundry. Do you see what I'm doing there? I'm making it fail-proof step by step by step by step, by baby step by baby step, by half step by quarter step. And it keeps you on track on days that you are just feeling off the rails. Great, great fun use of words right there. Love that. So I like to imagine myself like this horse-drawn carriage and driver in the city. You know how the driver puts the blinders on this horse's bridle, and those are the things that block the horse's peripheral vision. Well, those are put in place to keep the horse from getting distracted by all the noises and sights of the city. This helps the horse stay focused because he can only see what's directly in front of him, and it keeps him headed in the desired direction where his driver steers and wants him to go. That's how we have to be with and for ourselves. We are not only the horse that wants to look at everything around him and smell everything and go that way, but we are also And we must train ourselves to be the coach driver who is responsible for the horse. The horse is our brain. And the driver is going to be our intention, our conscious brain. So we have to put systems into place that keep our carriage going in the direction that we want. We're the entire unit. The tool that the driver uses on the horse to help him stay focused is the blinders. So what are the blinders when it comes to us in our everyday lives and on a day that we know we are particularly distractible? Like, yeah, that's a cool metaphor, Mandy, but explain to me how to apply these blinder things to my life. Well, putting on blinders is learning and applying certain aids and tools that are available for you to utilize. Like if we are very sensory sensitive, on some days my hearing, for example, is super heightened. It's just lit, as I call it. So on a day I know that sounds are going to be sharp, loud, distracting for me, or that people talking at normal volumes is going to sound like they're actually shouting at me and being too intense and triggering anxiety, I can put in earplugs. Earplugs are blinders. I can go where noise is less likely to be an issue. That's a blinder. I can put the damn phone on silent, blinder. If the phone is particularly calling you to waste time on it that day, by the way, these phones are just weapons of mass distraction. But you can turn them off completely if it's an option. I have kids, so that's not an option, but you can silence it and only let emergency contacts through. We can go a step further, put the phone in another room if we notice ourselves wanting to reach for it to check media or scroll Facebook. We can make sure that our work desks are clean and organized. No distractions are allowed. Like if it is not related to work, it should not be on your desk. If you're attempting to form a habit of reading X amount of times per day or have studying to do for school, it's best to have designated places that are set up for you to succeed in these. In other words, that's the place you do that thing. It's set up just for that. There's no other distractions that are allowed in that intentional space. So a certain space, a certain desk, just pens, notebooks, books you're supposed to be studying, a nice comfy chair to sit down. That's your blinder. Putting blinders into place is just making sure that there's no distractions. If you know that you're easily distracted, keep your environment as distraction-free as you possibly can. And yes, this takes discipline. This takes a little planning and some effort on your part. But you know what? This is what we're needing to learn to do for ourselves. You're not just a squirrel at the mercy of your squirrel brain. You're a human and you are capable of putting systems into place that work for your particular brain. Our brains are plastic. This will change you. By the by, I will never not say that anything that is good for the neurodivergent ADHD ASD brain is good for the neurotypical brain. Hands down fact. Using practical systematic tools as the ones I've mentioned today, you will increase productivity. You'll increase focus. You'll increase energy because you're not wasting valuable time getting distracted, valuable energy suddenly being sucked into something else that you're now thinking about that's occupying and depleting valuable think space. Our physical energy and our mental energy are limited. They are limited resources as far as how much effectiveness and quality of that effectiveness they are capable of in a day. Your time, mental, and physical resources are not infinite. So if you think you can watch 50 YouTube videos and then go and focus on your schoolwork effectively after that, you're going to be disappointed. You are going to be disappointed. But that's going to wrap it up for this one. Bella Gang, as always, thank you for giving up these few minutes of your day to come hang out with me a bit. I hope you extracted a valuable nugget or two from today's chat. If you're interested in knowing more about me, if you would like to see video content, you can subscribe to me on YouTube. User is Channel Asylum TV. I am also on TikTok at Maze Asylum, one word, and Instagram and Facebook under Amanda Bella May. Until next time, choose wellness, and I hope to have you back for more episodes of Bella's Oddcast, currently here on Spreaker and Spotify. Thanks, guys.